Yeah. What's going on, man?
Another week, man. Got some good stuff this week for y'all if you're paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we're gonna say.
Yep.
But first one's probably not a high note that we're talking about.
Well, before we take a cliff dive into the low note, high note is my birthday today.
There we go.
So I'm turning all the way up.
Happy birthday, sir.
Appreciate it. I'm in the 30 and over gang finally, and it feels good. It feels real good. But nothing gets me more excited than talking about what's hot right now in society, and especially as it relates to music, because I'm a music lover. And right now, man, we've had some very, very unfortunate happenings at the Travis Scott Astroworld Music Festival. Okay, many of you already know. As of this morning, 10 people have lost their lives, including countless other people who've been hospitalized with injuries, and so on and so forth. It's just been a crazy situation. All right, so man, I've been pondering myself, like, what is this? How does this not only affect Travis and his future touring and festivals and all of that, but just rage culture in general and high energy performances and turning up and all that stuff. I wonder if this is going to cast a shadow on that whole entire scene. So what are your thoughts on this, man? What are you thinking?
That's a good question. Well, first of all, just rest in peace to everybody who lost their life. All the family members, our condolences are with them.
Yeah.
Any friends that lost somebody, condolences. Anybody's in the hospital, we're just praying, covering over them. It's just unfortunate to hear. Can't breeze past that at all. But the rage culture, I mean, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't see it changing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe people take a break for a few months, but they might keep it in the back of their head. Like it sounded like it was rage and also panic at a certain point. So once panic sets in, people unfortunately got trampled because people were just panicking.
Yeah,
what it sounds like. So, man, I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah.
I know. Well, it says here we have the article saying it has continuous updates on it. So it just looks like it escalated very quickly from this article that we're looking at on Digital Music News that, Travis Scott went on at like 9 and then this escalated very quickly.
Yeah.
Within looks like about 20 minutes or about in about 10 minutes, it just started to get crazy. It's also something to be said about younger people, possibly just like if these were, 50-year-olds in this crowd, would this have happened? So there might be a piece in here about seeking wisdom whenever we're younger. Yeah, you want to go out and have fun whenever you're younger, but that doesn't mean that you have to be unwise. So I think a lot of times there's this thought that if you're being wise, you're being responsible, then you're acting old. But you really don't. It doesn't have to be an old thing. Like, you can just be acting wise by not doing certain things that would lead to others losing their life. And I'm not saying this was anything specific about what Travis Scott did or what the security did at the place. There's more details coming out about that. But this is just we're just trying to say this to help anybody who's watching this or listening to this just think a little bit more. As you see, our content is more along the lines of thinking. So critical thinking, logic, being spiritually grounded.
Yes.
For us, that would, and I'd argue objectively, maybe we get into that one day, objectively that would be for Christ specifically. But I know we have a lot of different people who watch our channel, so at the very least have a spiritual grounding. But I mean, it's just a shame, man.
Yeah.
It's a shame that I think it was all people under 30. I was looking at this list. All people under 30 so far on this list that lost their lives.
Yeah.
Young is 9. So let's push wisdom more. I don't know what a 9-year-old was doing there, but they don't need to be there.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of a situation that they should be there in, but there's just no.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, those are my initial thoughts. I'm not going into any like specific detail of Travis Scott did this and all that stuff. So I'll just forgo that.
Yeah, just one drum I want to hit on real quick is you kind of alluded to it a second ago, just being grounded spiritually. And by no means are we, trying to preach or, be some type of conspiracy-driven channel or anything like that. But we can't just skim past the fact that there were some spiritual ties in this incident that you just got to take notice of. So, and I want to speak in generalities right now. I don't want to specifically point to Travis, but when you look at everything from the branding and marketing and promotion of the event to the actual performance itself, it's very clear that there was almost intended to be some spiritual darkness associated with the marketing of everything. If you look at his Instagram, simply his Instagram, and look at the posts that related to the festival, you see devils, you see demons, you see phrases like, I wonder what lies underneath the surface. And that was a repetitive mantra of the promotion of the festival. Let's find out what lies underneath the surface. And, obviously as Christians, what lies underneath the surface, a place like hell. You know what I'm saying? And all types of death is associated with that. And stuff like, I'll see you on the other side, in little devil horns coming from the person that's saying it. Stuff like that. It's like, man, you can't bypass the fact that what you put out is the same energy that you will get in return. And when I say that, again, I'm not talking specifically to Travis, because there's so many people that do this and we perpetuate this stuff, but then we get, disheartened or, traumatized when we see that the energy that we put out, how it manifests is something that's very unfortunate, like this incident. And so as artists, as people who have voices in general, we have responsibilities on our platforms to steward it well, to be people who steward our influence well, and always remember that, man, you're just going to get back what you put out there, and especially when it comes to spiritual matters. And so, again, we send our condolences to the families that lost loved ones, but let's be more responsible over our platforms, especially when we have massive influence, man. Life is too precious. It's too precious.
They just quickly off of that. We talked about things like that before, but just so people are aware why we don't promote certain content people send us stuff all the time this might be some of you listening that I don't know if it doesn't register with these people yet, or they just don't know God in any capacity, or more specifically, they don't know Christ, like I said. But sending like demons on album covers, and like some of the people hearing this, some of the people hearing this on the other side might be like, what, people actually do that? But no, this happens pretty often.
Absolutely.
To be quite often. Like, it's just wild stuff people send, and I don't know if some people think it's a joke on one end, and then which ones are actually practicing any sort of dark stuff or witchcraft or whatever. It's just not the way, guys. It's not. I don't know where you grew up. I don't know who taught you that. I don't know what your parents taught you. Not trying to speak down on anybody in your family, but I do know that is not the way. Just leave it alone. You don't have to do it. I don't care who's doing it. I don't care how popular it is. I don't care who's watching this channel. I don't care if they take this channel down. It's no.
Yeah.
Just you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
So that's my last say on that. That's my last piggyback on it.
That's good stuff, man.